Rotary International share a lot of development initiatives in common, including health and education. Rotary International's district governor's official visit include laboratory projects for students in the sciences in the Greater Banjul area. Mama J, Grts.
The Minister for Regional Administration, Lands and Traditional Rulers has dissolved all local government councils with effect from today, Friday the 4th of January 2013. A press release from the Ministry of Regional Administration, Lands and Traditional Rulers indicates that the move is in line with the provisions of Section 9A of the Local Government Act of 2002 as amended consequently. The despite says local government elections are slated for Thursday the 4th of April 2012, as earlier announced by the Independent Electoral Commission. The first barge of Gamkoi 14 Thursday evening touched down at the Banjul International Airport following a 6-month peacekeeping tour of duty in Sudan's Darfur region. The men and women under arms were received upon arrival by the Armed Forces High Command. Louis Mendy tells us more.
The first batch of Contingent 14 is finally in Banjul after what was described as a challenging but successful peacekeeping mission in the restive Sudanese region of Darfur. The 98 gallant men and women of the Gambia Armed Forces attributed their achievement in Darfur to divine intervention and the GAF Senior Command for the pre-deployment training program earlier given to them.
We left this peaceful country to go to Sudan, Darfur, on a troubled region. Today we are back in peace. We thank them a lot.
The situation in Darfur remains volatile. A sad story that summarizes the Herculean task that the men and women in uniform were able to accomplish in a bid to bring lasting peace in the region.
It's not easy though. The situation is very hard and tough, but as you know, we are all soldiers. There's nothing like we are women or men. Exactly. Yeah, so it was hard with us, but later we coped with the situation and we worked with them, and the men were so grateful to us. They treat us as we are brothers and sisters. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Contributing troops to Darfur and our troops coming home successfully, it's sort of an achievement for us, because if you look at it, we went in peace and came back in peace. We lost no soldier. Nobody came home sick or ill. So that's some kind of achievement that we are proud of, and that we are contributing 15 contingents to Darfur. That's also a major achievement that we are proud of as a nation.
Gambian troops are renowned for their valor, professionalism, and commitment to dynamic regulations in peacekeeping arenas. Sekou Sekan urged the experienced Contingent 14 to embrace and use the values to further propagate and nurture the peace the Gambia is known for since time immemorial for posterity.
Today is another important day in your lives. Going to Darfur and coming back is not a mean achievement. We all know the condition in Darfur. The weather, it is not friendly. The environment is not friendly. People are foreign. So going there and spending 7 months or thereabout and come back home in one parcel worth thanking God.
Bound for their homes, these troops are said to reunite with their families and loved ones after a short spell of absence. Louis Mendy, Grts.
Now I know why there was no Afinjang for 6 months. The Gambia Police Force has expressed its resolve to fully implement the motor vehicle licensing regulations as of January 1st, 2013. Abubakar Kamara sat down with the Public Relations Officer, Cadet ASP David Kujabi, on the latest measures meant to improve public safety and security. Here's an excerpt of the police spokesperson.
Okay, Piero, this is another exciting year. Basically, why the call this time around?
I came in connection to a press release. We have observed that the number of car accidents we are having are on the increase, and some of these things could be easily averted. Now, to do this, we have come up with a new policy. We should understand that at the beginning of every year, all licenses get revoked, and so they have to be renewed. Now, the idea is this. If you want to renew your commercial driving license, you will have to be subjected to a driver's test. Yes, and basically you'll be tested on the highway code and your driving skills before you can have your license renewed, or before you can even get a new commercial driving license.
Okay, but also what will also happen to the previous people who have already got their license at the same time?
Yes, they shouldn't have a problem in going to have this test. Yes, it's for all commercial driving license holders.
Okay, in the country?
In the country, yes.
Okay, all right. And then finally, perhaps you may be interested to say one or two other things for the general understanding of the
Yes,
public.
the test is going to take place in 3 different places. Now it's going to start, in fact, as a matter of it has started. It's going to start in the Greater Banjul area here, and it's going to be held at the Independence Stadium. This is supposed to cover Banjul, Brikama Division, all the way to Kalaji. So all drivers within these areas can come over to the Independence Stadium and have to be tested so that they can have their licenses renewed, or before they can even get a new license.
Okay, perhaps also some of these drivers may be interested to know about what fee is involved, if there's any fee going to be involved.
There is no fee involved. All they need to do is to come with their own vehicles so that they can be tested quickly and then they can move on. Now, it's not only in the Greater Banjul area. It's also going to be done in the other areas, like in February. The team will be moving to Mansa Konko, where they would conduct the test for LRR and NBR, and then in March they will move on to Basse, where they will also conduct the test for drivers in CRR and URR.
Okay. And then finally, Pierre, we don't intend to take much of your time, but what is the penalty in case of most of these drivers, they default?
The penalty is simple. You won't have your driving license renewed. And if you don't have a renewed driving license, it means you don't have a valid driving license to drive in the Gambia.
And if you are caught driving?
You will have to be dealt with according to law. It's a traffic offense to drive without a valid driving license.
Okay.
The police public relations officer there, Cadet ASP David Kujabi, talking to Babukar Kamara. Well, hundreds of people gathered this evening at Sanyang Kunda in Bundung to observe the 7-day charity of the late Alaji Momodu Sanyang, former Director General of the Gambia Radio and Television Services. Among the congregation was family members of the deceased, staff of GRTS, cabinet ministers, religious leaders, and other eminent local personalities. Scores of local Gambian artists and international music icon Luciano were also part of the multitude that offered prayers at the Sanyang family house. The 7-day charity marks the end of a week of national mourning, whilst the flag will henceforth be hoisted from half to full mast. Personnel of the Non-Communicable Diseases Unit of the Health Ministry have concluded a week-long sensitization tour in 5 regions. The health education and promotion exercise supported by the West African Health Center on the prevention and control of diabetes and hypertension.
Hospital statistics in the Gambia saw a steady increase in the number of diabetic and hypertension cases. It is against this backdrop that officials of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, in collaboration with the West African Health Organization WAHO, map out strategies to educate the populace to combat these incurable diseases.
Why we are using this strategy of open field day, we felt that education is such a way that is important in trying to change somebody's behavior. Because if the person doesn't know that he is at risk, if the person doesn't know that he or she is susceptible to the disease, if the person doesn't know the benefits of adopting that behavior, if the person doesn't know what action should take, that person cannot change behavior.
The traveling party visited villages within the North Bank region, in Esau and Jabakunda, and Dobankunda in the Central River region, with further visits to the regional center of the Upper River region. They ended proceedings in Jara Sankia, in the Lower River region, where representatives of each satellite village was present.
We don't have any cure for this condition, but they can be managed. And any facility you go to in this country, we have hypertensive and diabetic drugs. We even have a diabetic clinic, but it's in RVTH. And where you have hypertensive drugs, it is free of charge for anybody who is using it.
The tour availed officials the opportunity to make valuable health presentations,
where they engage communities on interactive question and answer session. The plan